Hello chess people, welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to look at an intermediate game from one of my Twitter followers. I had a choice of doing several different videos that worked well in the past, and I decided to farm my Twitter followers for content instead. So Amy gave me who was one of my regular correspondents on Twitter, sent me this game, and we're going to go through it slowly, and we're going to see what went right, what went wrong, and I tried to record this video, and I didn't realize that my microphone levels weren't up, so I had to readjust them, and now I have to re-record this a second time, which is annoying, to say the least. So, without further ado, let's get started. Amy is playing white. Um, Her opponent plays the French defense. d4, d5, e5, not opting for the exchange. This is the most challenging um, line move to the French. c5, which is a good break in the center. Good, and black often keeps tension. c3, Amy keeps defending the center here, which is good. And then her opponent captures, which is not so good. Um, in the French, you want to attack the center and keep tension. Tension is like how the French operates. Keeping tension in the center is how the French defense works. Basically, it puts so much tension on the center from two different places, and basically it questions white as whether or not how he's going to keep the center um, intact. So play could go knight c6, knight here, queen here, um, bishop here, um, bishop d7, and then the only move here is c takes or d takes c, which after this position we have a playable position in which it's quite balanced. Computer gives white a nearly a point, about half a pawn, due to the amount of space controlled and safe king, whereas black is actually has more pieces out and has a connected central pawn thing, um, pawn chain, which black did not exploit in this game. So rather, black just didn't keep the tension, and it's when you're attacking the center, you want to keep tension because when you resolve tension, now you're not actually really attacking the center. You're kind of not you're removing attackers from the fight that could have been used later. And and there's no way white makes this trade here. It's just not a very good idea to destroy your center like that. C takes D, knight c6. Eh, not really a fan. I don't know. It's probably not a bad move. I personally like knight c3 better because you don't have to do this right away. For example, once black puts two attackers on the pawn, now we play this. And basically we're um, acknowledging the threats when we have to acknowledge them instead of overprotecting and acknowledging them before, which I think is kind of a waste of time. A5, this doesn't develop any pieces. Um, Amy is just ahead in development now after bishop e2, castle, knight c3, and some bishop move. b6 just weakens light squares here. Um, puts yeah, this becomes a weakness now. Knight c3, bishop a6. That's probably not bad because white can quickly exploit the light squared weaknesses with the queen. So, but I personally I think I would have castled first to keep the tension and let black trade on white's terms instead. And white is still more developed than black here, so white is still better. Rook a6, castle, knight e7. This is a good idea to attack the center centrally. Knight b5, this actually generates a threat, so that's really good on Amy. Knight f5 acknowledges the threat. Bishop g5 develops, hits the queen with tempo. This move is a mystery to me. I don't like f6 at all. I just don't see what was wrong with bishop e7. And then you have this position, which is not great for black, but definitely better than the alternative. Keeping the center closed here with knights on the board is a lot better, I think. I think was a better way to go for black. Capture when now white's capturing away from the center, and then is able to put a rook here to attack black's king. So this becomes a backward pawn and also a weakness. G takes, bishop f4, she drops back, and now she generates another threat, knight c7, which she does not see, but I don't hate this move. Rook e1 just puts pressure on the e-file. But luckily Amy's position is so good that I don't think it really matters what she does here. She's already done all the hard work of exploiting her opponent's opening mishaps. Knight a7, and then knight c7. Finally, gets the fork threat in, and wins a rook, and black resigns. By the way, this was a blitz game, so this was pretty well played for a blitz game. Or I think so anyway. But for some reason, a lot of amateur, like inexperienced players will do is that they just won't acknowledge threats, or because they either just don't see them or they don't think they're dangerous. And it's like you need to like take a second, even if it's a 3-minute game, take a couple seconds, evaluate, see if there's threats on the board, see if there's anything really dangerous, because stuff like this is just really, really easy. So let's go back over the game, see what we learned. So this is the French, advanced French. And as black, you need to keep the tension between these pawns so that you can attack it easier. In this case, making the position more complicated is beneficial to black. Here, black cannot attack so easily. That's the center so easily because he doesn't have any attackers to attack with, or sufficient attackers to attack with. Yeah, and this is just lack of developing pieces, lack of opening principles. You don't actually have to know too much about openings. You just have to really just know about principles, and And that's what openings are, is just principles that have been condensed into move orders for you. Um, not that I'm saying that there's no benefit to memorizing move orders, but you should definitely not memorize move orders when you don't understand what the moves do. Um, B6, knight 8. B6 is a really weak move. Amy is just completely developed here. Um, Castle, and yeah, this is just very superior. Um, I like knight b5 a lot. Um, Gets a threat down on the board. Black responds. White gets the last piece off the back rank, besides the queen. Besides the queen. And black responds with a attempt to parry, um, but it just weakens his whole position because it activates this file, this E file, for a rook to be on to attack. And rooks are great attackers, they're not good defenders. So whenever you put a rook on an open file, it's attacking something. Queen e7 ignores the threat, and the threat's going to be there for about 3 moves. Then when Amy sees it, she pounces, and black resigns. So that was the video. Thank you to Amy for submitting this game. If you guys have any games to review that you want me to review, feel free to shoot me a message on Twitter. Provide me a PGN of the game, and I'll see what I can do. Um, but yeah, Twitter is my main source of mail these days. That's the best place you can reach me. So, without further ado, I will see you guys later. Until the next video, take care. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks.